Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of What Do You Need to Know to Move to Costa Rica? Today, we are going to one of the most well-known beaches in Guanacaste, Tamarindo. That's right, everyone. It is Tamarindo Day here on your Pura Vida. I am Patrick Jagger, joined as always with my good friend and business partner, Aaron Bailey. Hola, Mr. Bailey.
Hola, pura vida.
Pura
¿Cómo
Vida, ¿qué tal?
estás?
Okay, so now that we've all gotten rid of the gringos talking Spanish, um,
Ajá.
today, so this is part of our series that we're trying to really look through some of the towns and regions that people have the most questions on. And on the what's kind of considered the Gold Coast of Guanacaste, where the most popular resort towns are and a lot of expats, the one that comes to mind the most for most people is Tamarindo. So we're going to start there. But before we do that, what do you want to know just in general, Aaron? Housekeeping. What's our housekeeping thing we want to get out of the way before we start?
If you like this video, we would really appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel so that you can see these videos in the future, all the videos that we're putting out, and you help others find these videos as well. We love to interact in the comments, so shoot us a comment below on your opinion of Tamarindo. We would love to hear about your experience in Tama.
Yeah, we want to hear your experiences. Remember that these are public comments, so let's keep it to a PG, maybe an R. But if you want to do
Be kind.
private messages, yeah, if you want to do private messages to us of more salacious things that have happened to you in Tamarindo, feel free. I love Tamarindo. I love Tamarindo. It's a place that when I brought my family, I had been here several times, but when I brought the family to say, hey, let's explore Costa Rica and see if this is a place we might want to live one day. Everyone in the family was so happy in Tamarindo. We did great things. Our son who's legal, but he got very drunk and hungover, but he had the best time. Everything we did, he said, this is amazing. And his only disappointment of moving to Costa Rica is we didn't move to Tamarindo.
Yeah.
But for me, it's way too touristy for me. Again, we want to make it very clear these are our opinion videos. But for me personally, it's too touristy. It's very hot at the beach, and it has a feeling of it's hard to be part of a community when it's so many transitory people coming and going. A lot of people have their second or third house there, so people come in and come out, and so they kind of. For me, it just didn't feel like I could have a community there. You've spent a lot of time there, Aaron. What are your thoughts about Tamarindo?
I feel the same way. I absolutely love Tamarindo. It's the first place I went to in Costa Rica on vacation many years ago. We talked to so many people who contact Your Pura Vida about moving to Tamarindo, and they've generally never been anywhere else. And
Right.
so our goal is to show you Tamarindo, but also there are other places that you might fit in, other beach towns that you might fit in. It is very touristy. Last time I went there, it was like a 45-minute traffic jam getting into
Uh,
town because there's only one way into town. Parking was a mess. But once you're there, oh, it's magical. Great
yeah.
restaurants, great
Sunsets
shops,
are amazing.
sunsets. Yes, the vibe is so much fun. But it's touristy. It really is.
Yeah. What's the nickname for Tamarindo, Aaron?
Don't now listen, people. Do not come at me in the comments.
It's a known nickname, guys.
I'm just repeating what I've heard. TamaGringo. A lot of gringos.
TamaGringo.
A
A
lot of
lot of
gringos in
gringos.
Tamarindo. Or Tama for short.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you don't know Tamarindo, it was featured in the Summer too, one of the surfing movies, and that's kind of one of the ways it came to prominence. So it's a big surfer's paradise. I have several friends that have houses there just to come and surf. And you really do see that there are Nicoya Peninsula people, there are Guanacaste surfers, and there are Punta Arenas surfers. And they're very loyal. But there are 20 or more beaches in Tamarindo. So there's a
In the
lot of
area, yeah.
opportunity and some of them are like, I've ATV'd onto beaches where we're the only souls there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty magical, and there's some really beautiful islands just off that you can take a sunset catamaran to. It definitely
Yeah.
caters to adventure, adrenaline, and beauty, but a lot of fun stuff for tourists to do. So if you like doing those types of activities, it's a great place.
Absolutely. And it's very close to the international airport in Liberia. So it's an easy in
Totally,
and
good point.
out, which is why I think it's so popular.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's about, what is it? It's about hour and a
45
half
minutes
to
to
Liberia.
hour 15, I think, somewhere in
Oh wow.
there. Hour.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on
Yeah.
traffic, of course, like everything in Costa
Yeah,
Rica.
exactly. I mean, we drove to and from San Jose because we did a loop of other things too. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you're spending any time on that coast of Guanacaste, if you're only going to be over there and you can fly into Liberia, Liberia can be a little more expensive to fly into, can it? Just because there are less flights?
And no, I
I
think it
don't
can be
know.
cheaper. It really depends. I think it depends
Really?
on where
Oh
you're coming
wow.
from. Yeah, there's some really good deals coming into Liberia. Sorry,
Oh, that's
coming
great to
into
know.
Guanacaste Airport. They've changed the name, so
Oh,
it
it's
is
not
a
called
it's a
Liberia
different.
anymore?
The city is Liberia, but the airport is called the Guanacaste International Airport
Oh, look at what
because
you
people are
see.
going to
You're
get
teaching me
confused
all.
with the country of Liberia. So
Right,
don't want to do that.
right. You're right. You're trying to fly into Guanacaste and you end up in Monrovia, which is a very different.
Right.
It's you don't want to necessarily
Very
do that.
different.
So,
Yeah,
from a
don't do it.
climate perspective, this is tropical savanna. This whole area of Guanacaste. So, what that means is very similar to like where I live in Atenas in terms of the rainy season. The warmest month is April. The rainy season is September. No, what is the rainy season? Like June to what is it? June to November,
November.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Dry season is drier. I mean, there's always rain in Costa Rica, but in the dry season you'll have less of it, and the heat bubbles, come up a little bit more. Temperatures at the beach are very consistent. You don't see huge spikes in difference. I mean, there might be 5 degrees centigrade or Celsius between the high and the low.
Yeah.
Um, People love it, but if you don't like heat, don't go
Yeah.
there.
Don't
Yeah,
go there full time. Yeah.
yeah. Good point. Good point. What would you call the vibe there, Aaron? Like, how would you define it?
I mean, it's beach, it's ocean, it's touristy, it's adventure seeking. There's some
Hmm.
resorts there. You get backpackers alongside people living in their second or third homes that are worth $3 million. It's a really interesting mix of a bunch of different people, but like I said, very gringo.
Yeah, it is very gringo. Other things to know is as you know, if you've watched many of these, we are doing rankings to kind of consistently say the differences between different areas. Cost of living is expensive in Tamarindo. It is a tourist mecca, and so they know they can jack up prices. And people expect more. You're going to get great sushi there, et cetera, et cetera. But you're going to pay more too. Nightlife
Yep.
is great. There's a lot to
Amazing.
do. I
Absolutely
would say
amazing.
be safe, be careful at night. Some kind of a different clientele can come out at night, and just have the wits about you. Don't do something dumb.
Yeah.
And that's, I'd say the same thing too if you were walking through Chicago or you were walking in Honolulu. Um,
And that's in Tamarindo town. Like, there are nearby developments and beaches that are
100%.
much more chill and safe. But Tamarindo itself is very safe. But yeah, just be careful.
Yeah. And again, that's anyone. I mean, mix a beautiful place and maybe some alcohol that you've had at night and, just yeah, have
Right.
the wits about you. It's very LGBTQ friendly. As a matter of fact, when I brought my family there, we were walking by and this bar had a drag show going on, and every kind of person was stopping and watching the show and getting into it and hooting and hollering. So it was very inclusive and very supportive, and that felt great. It's a great town to walk in. There are some
Yeah.
hills and things are divided up, but you can walk a lot, and the beaches have long stretches that you can walk on that are lovely, or horseback
Yep.
ride. And air quality is excellent. I mean, like you've
Yeah.
said before in another video, with the humidity and the heat, especially in dry season, it can get oppressive a little bit. So it might not be as fresh and clean as it would be up in the mountains. But it's still quite good. And the other thing that's really interesting is just outside of Tamarindo, just like any of those beach towns, are really beautiful hillside communities. So if you're staying in Tamarindo, you have a lot of different types of things you can explore, which will give you lots of different types of people and ways of living and communities and temperatures. So we really encourage you, whenever we talk about a town, don't just think it's that town and nothing. It's that town and that
Right.
region, I would say.
Yeah. Absolutely.
What else? What else do we need to know about our friend Tamarindo?
Go on vacation, check it out. It's so much fun. It's a great town. Whether you want to move there full time or not is up to you. But we would love to help you answer that question. Um, Reach out to us, Ola at
Yeah.
yourpurevita.com, and let's have a conversation about Tamarindo or beach towns. If you're set on being at the beach, there are some beach towns that have the Tamarindo feel, but maybe are a little more inexpensive, cost friendly, maybe a little less touristy. It might be have a better quality of life for you than
Yeah.
something that is so touristy.
Yeah, I would totally agree. And if you want to read our articles that we've done on places to live or anything else, or listen to more of these, or get on our Instagram, we would love it. yourpuertovita.com/links to get to everything that we have, and participate. Really get inclusive. And to that end, as we said at the top, we'd love you to subscribe, hit the like button, engage with us. We are only here. Your Pura Vida only exists to help you come to figure out if and where you might be able to create a life for yourself in Costa Rica, and then how you can thrive doing it. And if we can help you with that, we've done our jobs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This has been a fun video. I want to go back to
This has been a
Tamarindo.
fun video. Let's go to Tamarindo. All right, man. All right. Pura Vida.